welcome. I am Director of Operations, Brad Trammell. We're going to get started here in a moment. Just stick around for, say, another 30 seconds or so. We'll be getting ready to start here shortly. All right, we are ready to go. This is the SparkRack Live Q&A. I believe this is number 4 that we're going to be doing here on our channel. And I'm going to preface this whole stream with a few little notes. One, we've only got a few questions. I say a few, but about a page of questions. I am taking them via the chat on YouTube and also via Facebook and Twitter. So I've got those up as well. And let's go ahead and we'll get the camera going on here. There we go. How you doing? I am Brad Trammell, our Director of Operations here at SparkRack. I don't have my... There it is. All right, I was going to say I normally have my full screen monitor up here in the corner. Didn't have any of that. So, for some reason, I'm hearing myself, trying to figure out from where. It's from over here. Okay. All right, so we've only got a little bit of questions here. You can interact with us in the comments, and I will go ahead and either answer them, or if I don't get the chance, or if I don't see them, or whatever the reason is, I'll try to get them into the next video. It looks like this got adjusted a little bit. There we go. All right. So, let's jump right into it and get some of these questions answered for you guys and girls. All right, so our first one comes from Ava Norton, who is a SparkRack customer. Wants to know, I am interested in starting a podcast for my business. What steps do I have to take to make this dream a reality? All right, so as I've mentioned several times on our Q&As, if you're going to be doing anything with internet broadcasting, make sure that, make sure that you are... if you're going to play music or if you're going to broadcast music, you want to make sure that you are that you own the copyright to anything you're broadcasting. So if you are playing music, you want to make sure you're either A, the owner of that specific piece of music that you're playing, or B, you want to make sure that you're paying royalties on it. So that's very important. I've said it in a few of our Q&As. Broadcasting on the internet, it's kind of not really a joke. You want to make sure that you pay any royalties that you do. The agencies that actually take care of that they're not small agencies, and they definitely do check up on the industry quite regularly. So you want to make sure that you're not doing anything you're not supposed to be doing. In order to get started with it, really the only thing that you need is kind of an idea. And you just need to figure out how you want how you want it to be perceived by your listeners or your clientele. Anyone can direct you how to get imaging or, promotion, spots, things like that, commercials, all that. But you want to make sure that you have a good, solid idea, and you want to make sure that you have everything you need to back it up. So to start it, it's kind of a mixed question. There's a lot that you need, but in honesty, there's not really a whole lot that you need. Kind of just the basics: a mixer, a microphone, and a computer. And if it's just you, just a computer and a microphone. So, I mean, that's kind of quick and dirty answer to your question. But it's a lot more detailed than that. So, I mean, if you want more information, reach out to me. Let me know. My pen broke. That's upsetting. If you want more information on that, let me know. I can go into a little bit more detail off the actual stream. That was pretty loud. All right, so Ava, thank you very much for your question. Number 2, I am looking at starting an e-commerce website with my brother, and I have been told that Shopify and Etsy are the right places to start. Is that true? So if you're doing anything with e-commerce, I don't recommend Shopify at all. Not even in the smallest bit. Shopify is a... how to say this without coming off the wrong way. Shopify likes to overcharge for simple things. I wouldn't do anything through Shopify. They like to overcharge for pretty much every service they offer. A normal website or a normal e-commerce store that you could set up for maybe, we'll say, $15 would cost you about $110, $120 through Shopify. So, I mean, there's a huge markup for that. Is there an added convenience? No, not really. Really, the only thing Shopify does, excuse me, really the only thing Shopify does is it basically takes your store and a bunch of everyone else's stores and it puts them all on the same place, so that it's kind of like a Newegg eBay type of thing, except you kind of have your own space, your own like storefront, I guess, if you will. But it's pretty much sellers from around the world, and the websites are kind of tied together and all of that. Etsy, I've heard good things about Etsy. I personally don't sell anything on Etsy, and I don't really know anyone that, well, I say I don't know anyone that does. I haven't had any direct dealings with Etsy. I can't personally give you any insight on whether you should go with Etsy or not. All I can say is there's people out there. Excuse me, I have a dry throat. There's people out there that have had dealings with Etsy. They're probably better people to ask than me. There's more to that question. I read something about WooCommerce and would like to know your thoughts on it as a selling platform. WooCommerce, I absolutely love. If you know anything about WordPress, WooCommerce is basically a plugin or a platform that's built on top of the already existing WordPress platform. And basically what it is it allows you to extend your theme or take your website theme and turn it into a storefront. And it's got all kinds of plugins, modules, pretty much anything you could think of to be able to extend your store and make it do whatever you want. QR codes, or shipping labels, postage, packing lists, product images. The list is kind of endless. So, I mean, if you're looking at doing it yourself, WooCommerce, 100%. Highly recommend it. This is from Grant Asha. I'm going to say Esha. I apologize if I butcher it. If you're doing it yourself, WooCommerce and WordPress are going to be your best friend. I can set you up with at least 2 of our customers who've been using both. And they can certainly tell you how well it works, at least on our network, or if not, as a platform, period. Excuse me. I'm going to grab my glasses here. I'm going to grab my glasses because, my glasses are bent. Oh, that's always nice, isn't it? You always love hearing that. Nice crack noise, right? Yeah? Awesome. And they're not sitting straight on my face, which is, even worse at this point. Wonderful. It's not sitting straight, but I can see, so. All right, so the Grant, thank you very much for your question. Eva, thank you very much for your question, or Ava, for your question as well. All right, so the next one is Gina. Gina asks, I want to figure out how to stream my business, not so much audio, but video. I want to showcase my products. What platform do you recommend? What software should I buy? How expensive is it to do something like that? Gina. All right, so Gina, it is actually not particularly expensive to do something like that. You can do it through Facebook. Facebook offers a Facebook offers a function called Facebook Live. So if you want to so if you want to kind of, for example, like we're doing here with SparkRack, we're using Facebook, YouTube, not so much Twitter, but we're using Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, to broadcast this out to our, I don't want to say fans, but to our customers, to the masses. Excuse me. This is just really dry throat. Do I have something to drink? Of course I don't. I do have something over here off camera. I'll grab it in a second here. As for software, there's a lot of free software out there that you can buy. You don't necessarily have to buy like the most expensive piece of software. In most cases, you can get away with kind of just doing, you can use your cell phone. You don't actually have to buy an expensive like DSLR camera with streaming capability and all that. Just use your phone. It's really not that hard to do it. If you insist on doing it from a computer, we're using a piece of software called vMix. vMix Pro to be specific. Basically, it's kind of the same thing that you would use at like a sporting event or something that has multiple inputs. So like, for example, I can take, they're called cards, but like I can throw any of these cards on here, where you can see me, and we've got like the little, I think it's called a bug right here. We got the little SparkRack logo. There's a lot of stuff that you can do, like the interact thing that's over here. I like this piece of software. It's just kind of the one that I've always done. Also, before I forget, later on in this live stream, there is going to be a promo tag. So for joining today's live stream, if you sit through it some point during the live stream, I am going to give out a 10% coupon code that allows you to save 10% instantly with with any new services that you sign up for. Excuse me, today I'm going to get that drink because otherwise I'm just going to be coughing through this entire thing. Bear with me for one moment here, folks. I'm also still recovering from got postnasal drip, so that's fantastic. All right, so there we go. All right, so Gina, thank you very much for your question. Chris Hamilton asks, how often is too often to redesign or change up your website? That's a great question, actually. It really depends on the industry that you're in. For example, like SparkRack, we kind of update ours only when something changes. We don't, if we're doing a sale or we add a new platform or we add something new, I'm still dying. If we add something new to our website or we add kind of like a new function, new feature, something like that, we'll do a change or an update to our website. Other than that, it's not really, we don't really change or redesign or modify anything major. It really depends on the industry that you're in. For things like, we've done sites for radio stations, stuff like that. They're constantly changing their websites because they have to be like the best of the best. And it's got to be a good, fun user interface with, bright colors and flashy text and scrolling images and, normal radio station hype stuff. It really depends on the industry you're in, though. I know it's kind of a broad answer to the question, but that's really like the best. Unfortunately, that's kind of like the best answer that I can give. If you're doing like e-commerce, change it up to showcase your items, your products, the services that you offer your customers. If you're doing something where it's kind of more like static, where things don't really change that often, as long as you don't feel that it's stale, there's not really a need to spend any money, waste any time, redesigning or reinventing the wheel. But it wouldn't hurt. Just as long as you're not spending money constantly to redesign that stuff. So, all right. So the next question is, what is the best program? Oh, Chris, thank you very much for your help, or for your question. Caroline Forza asks, what is the best program to build a website in? I think I've answered this question multiple times on streams. And it really comes down to your level of comfort with the computer that you're working with. So, for example, if you are using Linux or if you're using Mac, probably a text editor or a WYSIWYG editor, or what you see is what you get, is probably the best thing for you. If you're using Windows, VS Code is a really good piece of software. It really depends on your level of comfort with coding. Personally, I use a program called Aptana. It's not really a program you can find nowadays. It's kind of based on Eclipse, which is a program that's kind of used to... You can pretty much do anything with Eclipse. You can build mobile apps with it. You can do PHP coding. You can do simple HTML, JavaScript. You can do jQuery. It's kind of like the culmination of all programming languages in one editor, but it's not really a not really user friendly. I'll tell you that right now. Definitely a steep learning curve on that one. So there are still people out there that actually use Microsoft Web Expression, which is kind of the runner, or not the runner-up, but the follow-up to Microsoft Front Page. If you are, from back then, you can still get your hands on that. That's free. If you go to Google and you type in Web Expression 4, you can actually download the entire Microsoft Expression package and get that completely free because Microsoft isn't selling it anymore. But you can seriously get your hands on that and maintain your website with that. Just be careful using that program because it does offer both HTML and or coding and preview mode. You want to make sure that any changes that you make, you back up your files, which you should be doing anyway if you're editing your files. But make sure that any changes that you submit are changes that you actually want to have done on your website. So give me one sec here, guys. All right, so the next question that we have here, Caroline, thank you very much for your question. The next question is from Frankie Esteban, and it is, do you recommend services like Squarespace or Wix to build a website with? I personally don't, and I'll tell you why. They're pretty much all cookie-cutter websites. So if you go to, for example, Squarespace and you use some of the templates that they have available, 100 other people could have that exact same website using the exact same format that you're using, the exact same words, the exact same images. If you use the stock if you use the stock images, 100 other people could have that same question, or that same website, not question. But same thing with Wix. I really don't recommend that. Same thing with services like One-and-One. You end up paying way more than those services are actually worth. And this isn't really a plug for SparkRack. It's more, go find a good hosting company that's not going to charge you an arm and a leg, and stick with that company. If you find a company that's going to work with you, that's going to give you everything that you need, that company will take care of you. We do that with a lot of our customers. We have customers who they've been in business for years and years and years and years, and they don't really particularly know anything about how to maintain or change their website or do anything like that, and we'll do that for them. We offer a service that allows us to go in and actually update it. But there's no, if we can teach you how to do it, or we can give you the option to do it yourself. It's going to be cheaper for you to learn how to do it yourself than it would be for us to do it for you. Yeah, it would be, it's more income for us to do it for you, but at the same time, as a website owner, if you have the time to do it yourself and you have the ability to learn it, it's probably going to be easier for you to maintain your own website than it would be for us to fly blind and maintain your website for you. So it's one of the reasons why SparkRack educates our customers on how to actually use their websites, because you're the person that knows your company better than anyone. We're just a provider. So Frankie, thank you very much for your question. Nothing in the chat right now. What is the best quality Sparkrack has in a company? What makes your company stand out? To be honest, I'd like, I get that question a lot, actually. Far more often than you would think that someone would actually ask that question. And that was from Sherry Walsh. So Sherry, to answer your question, customer service, the way that we uh, take care of our customers, as I've said previously in this stream, the way that we take care of our customers is unlike any other company. We will go above and beyond for our customers. We ask any SparkRack customer; they'll tell you right now. There have been things that we have it listed in our website that we do this and this extra service, and we charge for this extra service, and there's been many a time that we'll comp it and just do it for the customer because it's what needs to be done. The customer needs this done to be able to properly run their business and succeed and all of that, and we'll just take care of it. So I like to think that kind of helps us stand out. I think that's kind of our best quality, is where we are there for our customers. We 100%, we like to take care of our customers. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not really I'm not really sure what more to say on that subject. So, all right, give me one sec here. I think this is the one that we were going to put in here. Okay. All right. Still waiting to see if any questions come in here. So what I'm going to do really quick is I am going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back with you guys in a moment here. So if you guys have any more questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. During this break, you're also going to see one of our new SparkRack commercials. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We are back. We are back. I hope everyone had a great quick break. You guys went to the bathroom, did what you need to do, all of that stuff. Of course, I am Brad Trammell, Director of Operations at SparkRack.com. We are in the middle of our 2020 questions and answers live stream here. And we just answered 2, 4, 6, 7 questions so far. I'm looking at the chat. Don't really have anything there. Not seeing anything on Facebook either, which is fine. Let me go ahead and check. Just double check here. Nope, nothing on Facebook so far. That's good. That's all right. We normally schedule these for about 2 hours. We normally finish them within the first hour. So, I mean, it is what it is. All right, so let's jump back into it here. Our next question actually comes from Bethany Rogers. What type of discounts does SparkRack offer? I am active military and want to start a business when I get out. Do I qualify for any discounts? Well, Bethany, thank you very much for your service. I great deal of respect for our military. So thank you very much for that. And yes, you actually do qualify for a discount. SparkRack offers an immediate 20% discount for all military personnel. The only thing that you have to do is submit a copy of your either your DD-214, which is your discharge paperwork, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just a military ID. That's fine. Either one doesn't really matter to us. The DD-214, just make sure it's redacted. If you do, we don't need anything like your social or anything like that. We just need to verify that you have one, or a military ID if that's easier, which in most cases that's easier. That's usually what we work with. So you definitely do qualify for the discount. If you are military now, there is no, or if you're active now, there is no reason to wait to get that. You don't have to wait until you're out of the military. Contact me directly, and I can get you set up with at least getting everything set up and parked with SparkRack, which is significantly cheaper. And actually, if you're parking it with us, we probably won't even charge you for it until you really start using it. So my contact information is right here. Go ahead and write that down. And if you want to get started with this, just give me a call, and I'll get this taken care of for you. And I'll leave that up on the screen for anyone else that wants it really quick. So go ahead and write that down while we move on to the next question here. So the next question comes from Lacey Miner. Lacey asks, who taught you all of this? I actually learned this all on my own. All of the everything that I know is actually self-taught. So from the age of 10 on, I kind of put my hands into pretty much everything. Electronics, computers, internet, programming, radio, you name it, I've probably done it or attempted it or had a hand in something within the industry. Is your staff as dedicated to customer service as you are? Yes, they are. I have instilled that in all of our staff. Everyone works just as hard as I do, Lacey, to make sure that the customer's experience is the best that it can possibly be. So thank you very much for that question. And I'm the same way on the live stream that I am in real life, and customers can attest that. Customers can attest to that. I've had a few people that local that are here in Central New York, where I'm actually recording or streaming this from. I've met these people in person after they've watched a live stream, and they're like, wow, you're actually just as bubbly as you are in the live stream. And it's, yeah, that's genuinely who I am. So I love what I do. I love our customers. I enjoy this. You know, without our customers, SparkRack wouldn't be a thing. So our customers are, customers are very important. So I got a two-parter question from a new customer, Jeremy Mosley of Mosley Manor, asks, why is Brad so awesome? I was born this awesome. I blame my parents. No, his real question was actually, is technical support local? And yes, technical support now is local. We've actually moved... Excuse me, my pen stopped working. There we go. We've moved operations away from our Boulder, Colorado call center. It's actually been moved back to Syracuse. So our call center is here in Syracuse now. And yeah, so technical support is local. It's also 24/7. So that's something important. That seems to come up a lot, and I'm surprised it didn't actually come up in this stream. It's something that came up in the last two streams. The last two streams that actually came up, that our technical support was not 24/7. And it actually is. It is 24/7 if you're a SparkRack customer. So, for example, if you call, let me see if I can actually get this. I don't think this is going to work, but 75446. There we go. I don't know if this is going to... Oh, it hung up. That's strange. Is it because I have the stream going? I think that's what it is. Curious. I'll have to let one of our admins know that's going on. It's probably my phone, to be completely honest. Alright, so before we jump into the last couple of questions here, we're going to check social media. I don't see... Excuse me. I'm dying. Slowly, I'm dying. That's fine. Before we jump into the last couple of questions here, I do want to talk about our promo that we're going to be doing today. So, if you go to SparkRack.com and you sign up with the promo code that you see right here, you can immediately get 10% off of any package that we have on our website. This is open to new customers only. So if you are a current customer, this promo code will not work for you, will not work for any of your services, anything like that. So this is for new customers only. Use promo code SRLive2020 at checkout and save 10% instantly on your services with SparkRack. So, that being said, let's jump into the last couple of... Oh, I wrote on my shirt. Let's jump into the last couple of questions here. So, Jeremy, thank you very much for your question. Sasha Garado. I'm going to say Garado because it's a G-A-R-A, so Garado. If I butcher anyone's name, sorry. Completely random, but are you an Android guy or an Apple guy? Be honest. I'm laughing because this has been said multiple times. I absolutely detest Apple. Detest. I think they're over-glorified paperweights, basically. You know, this there's the same amount of stuff in this that would be in an iPhone. This is a Note 10 a Note 10 Plus 5G. There's the same stuff in this that you would find in an iPhone. Yeah, I just it's overglorified paperweight. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't think Steve Jobs was a visionary or anything like that. I don't think he's the one that invented the smartphone or, whatever kind of crap Apple users will feed you. I think it's funny that now in 2020, most of the stuff that's actually in the iPhone is manufactured by one company, and that would be Samsung. So Apple they're not a component maker. They kind of just put everything together in one neat little package, stamp a fruit on it, and sell it for $1,200. That's my opinion. Really, the only thing they did was make the software, and they actually didn't even make the software. That's outsourced to another party as well. So, that's just my opinion. I mean, take it or leave it. Doesn't no one's really tuning in to hear my opinion, but yeah. So no, I'm 100% an Android guy. Can't stand Apple. Never really owned an Apple. Excuse me. My wife. Funny side story. My wife actually won a free iPad Mini when the iPad Mini first came out. My wife actually won one in a raffle. I think we had it in our house for about 6 weeks. And that's being generous. I think it was much less than that. We had it in our house for about 6 weeks before she hated it. She gave it to me. I had it for about 2 days before I immediately gave it to someone else. Because I wanted to see what all the hype was about. And I couldn't. I just couldn't. Sorry. Alright, so Sasha, that answers your question. So thank you very much for that. Next question. I don't think we got a name for this one. Did we get a name for this one? I don't see it on here. No, I don't see it on here. Next question comes in. Where can I find SparkRack online? SparkRack.com is our website, or SparkRack.net. I think they both go to the same place, though. We are also on pretty much every social media network. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on... I think at one point we were on Bebo, but I don't think we're there anymore. We had a MySpace forever ago. Definitely don't have one of those anymore. So we got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I think we're on Snapchat. Pretty sure we're on Snapchat. We've got the main four. So if there's a social media network that you're on that we're not on that you want us to get on, just reach out to us. Chances are it'd take us 10 seconds to set up an account so that people can reach out to us. I mean, it all ends up coming into the same place. It all ends up coming into our customer care center when you message it. So, I mean, it can either be... You're either going to end up speaking to myself, or you're going to end up speaking to our CVO? What is it? VPO? Yeah, VPO, I think is what it is. Vice President of Operations. So you're going to end up either speaking to me, the DOO, or you're going to end up speaking to the VPO. So, all right, so I don't see any more questions coming in. I'm looking through our, of course. I'm looking through our... we did have to actually ban one person from the chat, so I thought that was kind of funny. And of course, I'm going to use my electronic cigarette. I hope that doesn't bother anyone there. Oh, there is. Okay. Yes, actually, I completely forgot about that. Yes, we are going to be closed on Tuesday for any customers that are reaching out. We're actually, or I'm sorry, not Tuesday. We're going to be closed tomorrow, which we're closed on Sundays anyway. Our sales department is closed on Sundays. So actually our customer care center entirely is closed tomorrow and on Monday in observance. Don't really want to go too much into detail on observance of what, but we're going to be closed for that. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for our live stream. Let me see. Do we have anything else? I don't see anything else. I think that's where are we, about 49 minutes in to the stream. Anyone got anything to say on YouTube? Not seeing anything on YouTube. I can see that my face is washed out behind me. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. $56 minutes? 57? Okay. Apparently we're good to go. Yeah, I think we're good here. All right, so that's going to do it for our stream today. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everyone tuning in. And if you guys have any questions, or you wanted to submit a question, you didn't get here in time to get your question answered, you can always send me an email directly. You can reach me at brad@sparkrack.com or 315-505-4696 extension 3010 3010, and I will do my best to get a hold of you. All right, so with that being said, I am out of here. Everyone have a great rest of your weekend. Excuse me. Thank you so much for being a part of our live stream. Sorry it was a little bit of a shorter one, but yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great weekend.